Very good afternoon to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is the 23rd July 2023, Sunday class. So we'll be continuing our sharing from this book, Understanding the Heart and the Mind. This is a very important topic. We have covered about 14 over pages. Now we are at page 15, but I would like to go through the earlier sharing later when I start so that you can develop the understanding better, the recap and all those things. Because this particular topic or sharing is very important for cultivator of the way, for new beginners to understand the beauty of this Buddhist teaching or the Buddha's teaching. When you understand, you will see the beauty of it and how it can help you understand how you function as a human being and what is the meaning of mind. Because the meaning of mind is very important. Then how does the heart as an organ relate to our thinking, our consciousness, our conscience, our emotion, our nature within, the gateway, everything. And how does the heart pump, beat, the life force, everything. When you understand them, you will know how to meditate. Otherwise, you wouldn't know how to meditate. And you will understand life. All these are very useful. Okay, let us, as usual, before we start, we will have our pre-puja. So I will now start the pre-puja. Let us compose our mind, develop the faith, saddha, virya. Then mindfully we shall pay respect, triple jam, and have our puja. Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛。南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨。阿拉汉萨玛萨布多巴嘎哇。Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivadevi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adina Dana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, let's pay respect to Puja. Buddhang Pujami Dhammang Pujami Sanghang Pujami. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Cakkavalesu Atra Gaccantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajasa Sunantu Usakamokkadang Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti Beso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijacarana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanayiko Pacyatang Veditabo Vinohiti Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyaya Patipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samici Patipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Cattari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaneyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang lokasati sadhu sadhu sadhu. Okay, you can be seated. Just relax, maintain attention, and we will continue from where we stop. We are at page 15 of this book, subsection 3.3.4. The title of this book is Understanding the Heart and the Mind. Like I explained before we commence, I will go through the earlier sharing so that you can recall what we have shared. This topic is very important, and very few people can really understand the title that we have chosen for this book. So, understanding the heart and the mind, like you look at the cover page, there is this, see, there is a brain and the heart. So, these two things, most people only understand it like through the word, superficially. Whereas for people who have the cultivation and the understanding, their understanding is much deeper. So conventional language, that's why the English language and most other language, they have two words for the heart and the mind. Whereas the Mandarin teaching or the Mandarin words, both the heart and the mind is the same word. They call it sing. So this one, we must develop understanding. Maybe I will use the whiteboard to explain this clearer. The brain, the one that is on your forehead. So this one is the brain. Forgive me, my drawing is very bad. Then somewhere here is our heart. So understanding the heart, which is this one, and the brain. So this brain is related to the mind. This heart is also related to the mind. So the heart and the mind, when you develop the understanding, you will understand better. So this one is also related to the mind. And the mind has two aspects. One is the true mind. The other one is the mundane mind or thinking mind. So what is important is understanding the heart and the mind. So understanding the heart and the mind is very important. I will come to explain the mind later, because mind got two aspects. One is our true mind. The other one is our mundane mind or thinking mind. When you stop thinking, you will develop the understanding that there is another mind which is without the thinking. And that is our pure mind, the true mind, our awareness nature within, without the thought. So that one I will go into it later. So coming back to these two words, the heart and the mind. So when we live our life, like I explained in the what they call earlier sharing, page 8 and 9, I said these two things, they are about 14 inches apart. But if you don't have the Dhamma understanding, when your consciousness is at the brain, here, where the forehead is, this is actually hell. You are like in hell. I will explain this later. But when you are here at the heart, that's why this heart is very unique. You ask yourself, what are the things you experience around your heart area? First, very obvious one is what? Your heartbeat in it. Your pulse of life in it. So, your heartbeat. At your heart area, you will also experience emotion. That's why when you are fearful, like suddenly there is a loud thunder or a loud bang, the brain cannot understand what that thing is. So, because it doesn't register, it's not in the memory. So what happens is that unknown develop fear of the unknown. So fear is an emotion, and you always have it experienced at the heart area. Then when you think of sad thing, fearful thing, negative thing, emotional thing, what happens is your heart ache. When you have sadness, sorrow, lamentation, grief, so it's always at the heart. This is where the emotion is. But the heart also has one quality. Like when you go to somewhere you haven't been before, like a new place, can be a dwelling, a house or whatever. When you just walk in, the heart area, the nature inside there can sense things. When your thinking is not disturbing it, it becomes like sensitive. That's why sometimes you walk into a house or a residence or a place, you feel that that place is very conducive, very peaceful, very nice. Or sometimes very eerie, very fearful. So what happens is, that one also at the heart area, that one is the conscience. So at the heart area, there is also this conscience. It has its heartbeat, the pulse of life. It has its emotion. It has its conscience. Then what else at the heart area? If you meditate, if you are a cultivator, you will know. Because your heart is also where they call it the seat of consciousness. Because from here, the heartbeat arises, the pulse of life, the seat of consciousness. Because you become conscious from there. And this is the life force that trigger off the mind force that interact with your sense bases to give you the ability to become conscious. Conscious of what you see, conscious of what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you tactile feel and think. So a seat of consciousness is where the karmic consciousness, so this one is karmic consciousness. So this karmic consciousness is the one that gives you the pulse of life, or you call it the life force. This is the one that pumps your heart, sends the blood around your various organs to nourish it, to give it the ability to develop life. That's why when everything is functioning, then you have your heartbeats, your conscience, your emotion, the seat of consciousness, everything is there. Then it animates the human being or the living being into a living organism, like a living organism. So this one become animated into a living organism. Then this one also have another important function. Within the heart area, there is also what we call the gateway. So this gateway to our true nature, only meditator or cultivator who know how to silence their mind, develop the pure awareness, they can locate them. Then this one, when you are able to locate them, you will progress very fast. it will lead to internal transformation of the form and mind. The mundane mind will transform. Then your consciousness become more and more refined. Then that ability to be at the what they call gateway, or to be in the state of awareness. So this one is in the state of awareness. I have to separate these two so that it's not confusing. Okay. So this one is the awareness nature. The awareness nature is actually your true mind. So this true mind or awareness nature will arise when thought ceases. So understanding this is very important. So with this understanding, I will now move to the mundane mind. This mundane mind, which is the next important one, the mundane mind. So this mundane mind is also called thinking mind. Turn to page 14. I explained it in our earlier sharing. Page 14. Go up. Further. The mundane mind. 3.3.3. The mind. So this one, there are two types of mind, like I explained on the whiteboard. The true mind and the mundane mind or the thinking mind. So the first one that I'm trying to explain to you now, which was explained earlier on, is the mundane mind. So coming back to this mind, the mundane mind, it has a lot to do with the brain, right? Because without the brain, there is no mind consciousness. That's why human beings, most of the time, we have our consciousness placed at the forehead. Because this is where you develop a lot of thinking. Because basically, your brain has all the memories. And what is thought? Thought is respond to all these memories. And because of that thinking process, your senses are all just below the brain. That's why we have our eye, our ear, our nose, our tongue, our tactile senses. They are just nearby. So it will trigger mundane thinking and mundane response following the paticca samuppada, the dwelling. So this is how, when you are mindful and aware, you can see clearly how you function as a human being. So now I will read to you what we shared. Coming back to this mind, it has a lot to do with the brain, means the mundane mind, right? Because without the brain, there is no mind consciousness. And what is brain? It is mainly memory. So this brain is mainly memory. And what is thought? Thought is response to memory. That's how thought consciousness come to be. Because the brain has this memory. So human beings tend to think a lot. That is the reason why deluded human beings always send their consciousness up to their brain, which is the forehead. And develop heedless thinking, leading to suffering. For those who meditate or understand, they will know, without wisdom, this area pointing towards the forehead, the brain area, is hell. That's why I explained earlier on. Do you know why this is hell? Because acting according to memory is not acting at all. This is a very powerful statement, because if you are mindful, aware, you can see all this. Why is it so? I have explained this many times. And what are the memories that you accumulate or keep in your brain. Accumulation is basically attachment, clinging, grasping, holding on to things. So that time when I was sharing, I think it was the Thursday class, I said, look here on the whiteboard, what is memory? Then I asked you all to read it out a lot. Yes, accumulation of experiences, good and bad. So that is what memory is all about. Everything that you accumulate, your experiences that you have gone through in life. Then you seldom accumulate good memories. Of course, I do not deny human beings do have good memories, but most of the time you seldom accumulate them. You only accumulate them when you, what they call, recall to memory, like they call what, fascination. That you want to recall all those good memories. But you can only do that when you don't have problems. Most human beings, when they have problem, all the other memory is gone. They only hold on to that problem and worry about that problem. That's why their fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation, all the negativity of emotions, memory will be there. And it keep on coming back and haunt you. You will have insomnia, unable to sleep, fear, worry, anxiety, sometimes sorrow, lamentation, and all those things. So you seldom accumulate good memories because most people have problems. You tend to accumulate all the rubbish most of the time. And what are they? They are your fear, your phobia, your scars of memories, your worry, your anxiety, your sorrow, your lamentation, and your insecurities. Because human being has this delusion, sakkayaditthi, self-delusion. Everything that is related to their life, they think they can own them. And they want to have security over them, like their loved one, their prized possession, their property, their wealth, their whatever, antiques and all those things. Then I asked, do you know what security is? Security means you want to be secure, you want to be safe. One thing to be safe and have security is a craving. When you cannot get what you want, what happens? You suffer. When you feel insecure, what do? Our society, you know, a lot of people do all those things. You will grill up your whole house. And if you still feel scared, you will continue to install security cameras. Then after that, maybe you also install the alarm system. Nowadays, society is so unsafe. The brain, which has strong craving for security, will have fear, worry, and anxiety. Feeling insecure is the cause of fear. So when we come to understand how the thinking process takes place, how thought arises through memories, then we know this is not the area to stay with your consciousness before you have the understanding. Otherwise you think a lot, you become heedless, and you develop all the entanglement through your delusion. That's why the Buddhist teaching is about understanding all this. Then if you understand all this, then you will avoid acting according to memories. Means you will not go there and act. Instead, you will develop what we call wisdom and understanding and act according to wisdom and understanding, following the Dhamma way. Wisdom means understanding the nature's law that governs life and existence, especially the three spiritual laws: law of karma, law of mind, and law of truth. So all this understanding must be there. Then you will know how to act. So very few people can do that, can act according to understanding, following the Dhamma way. Where they don't even know what the nature's law that governs life and existence are. The spiritual law, especially the three that I mentioned just now, Kama Niyama, Chitta Niyama, and Dhamma Niyama. So if you fail to have that understanding, then you cannot act. You will continue to be heedless and develop all the emotion, negativity of mind state. Then your heart and your brain, they will interact and cause a lot of emotion to occur. These emotions are all your negative tendency, mind states. Because when you think a lot, when you become heedless, all this fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, lamentation, views, opinion, conditioning, belief systems, scars of memory, phobia, they will come in and haunt you. Whereas if you are a cultivator, you maintain awareness, mindfulness, you develop the ability to silence your mind, then you will develop tranquility of mind, the peaceful mind, the calm mind. So tranquility, stillness, and peace are the mind states of cultivator of the way. When they are in that state, there is no thought. No thought means nothing to disturb them, no emotion, nothing. That's why they stay at the heart, near the gateway, means in awareness. Like I wrote there, awareness, nature, or true mind, they arise when thoughts cease. If you cannot let your thoughts cease, then you cannot be aware of your true mind, your silent mind, which is also your meditative mind. That's why what I try to teach you all is awareness-based meditation to reverse the heedless thinking, to avoid the complication of emotion arising from the heart area. Then instead, you will develop pure mind states that are conducive for development of wisdom and understanding, so that you can be in the state of silence, tranquility, stillness, or awareness within, to observe, to develop understanding, to see things as they are, to insight into phenomena, and to awaken. Unless you develop awareness-based meditation, to develop all this, your mind will never be peaceful, never be tranquil, still, and just aware most of the time. That's why the enlightened being, they hardly think. They only think when there is a necessity to arise the thought. Otherwise, most of the time, they are just aware within, at the heart area. Now we come to the part which we call the highest security and the best protection. Because just now we were explaining to you how fear, insecurity arise, and how when they arise, they bring about negativity of mind state. And there is a craving, and that craving is the cause of suffering, misery, and all those things. Because when you want security, you hold on to things, you cling on to things. So security is not developed through craving. It must be developed through understanding. So in the Buddhist teaching, the Buddha taught, because during the Buddha's time, they asked the Buddha, what is the highest security? So according to the Buddha, he said, the highest security is refuge in the triple gem. And this is true safe refuge. So what is a triple gem? The triple gem, like the word triple, 3 gemstones. And what are gemstones? They are precious stones. In fact, gemstones are the most precious stone among all the, they are the gem within the precious stone. So these three, which the Buddhist teaching term as the triple gem, is the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. When you go to the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha for refuge, the Dhamma will be there, because all the three refuges has the Dhamma. That's why we need this Dhamma understanding, which is wisdom. So without this Dhamma, there is no refuge, no real refuge. It is stated in the Dhammapada. You cannot find the real refuge, not even in the mountains, in the cave, or even in the monastery or whatever. The true refuge is in the teaching. When you cannot find the teaching, there is no safe refuge. Where without the teaching, you cannot understand life, and you cannot live life, and you cannot liberate from life. So first refuge is the Buddha himself, the Sammasambuddha, because he is the fully enlightened one, perfect in wisdom and virtue. He surely has the perfect understanding of the Dhamma, the teaching. That's why it's a refuge. So if you take refuge in the Dhamma, which is the Buddha's teaching, you definitely will have the right teaching. Then when you take refuge in the Aryan Sangha, means the enlightened disciple of the Buddha, they will also have the Dhamma, the teaching. Therefore, when you take refuge, you will have the Dhamma to develop the cultivation. You will know how to follow the advice of the Buddha to avoid all evil, do good, and purify your mind. When you do that, you take care of karma. You develop wisdom and virtue, which is the highest security. So understanding this is very important. That's why without the Dhamma understanding, without the wisdom born of cultivation of the Dhamma, there is no security for you, even after death. Rebirth, consciousness will take place. The karmic law will continue. And there is no security. Every life you come without the understanding of this teaching, you will suffer. You will get yourself entangled, afflicted. The Buddha said, only virtues protect. And this is very true. When you cultivate the Dhamma, you develop pure virtue. You avoid all evil, do good, and develop pure virtue. Then you develop wisdom to liberate your mind, to free your mind. So virtue protect is like you take care of karma, karma take care of your life. When you develop virtue, virtue actually protects you from negativity of karma. But without virtue, you will get into trouble. So I read this sentence again. The Buddha said, only virtues protect, nothing else. If you do not have virtue, you may secure your whole house with locks and grill, security camera, everything, but you are still not safe because the nature's law is such. You reap what you sow. And if you want to have the good life, happy life, meaningful and wonderful life, make sure you do not break the precept, the society's rule. Without fear, your mind state is peaceful, calm, and secure. You do not need to have any worry. You do not need to feel insecure because you can trust your karmic nature and your virtue. They asked the Buddha, what is the highest protection within life? Do you know what the Buddha's reply was? He said virtue is the highest protection. So virtue is most important, where virtue is the highest and best protection. When you feel insecurity, you are fearful. You develop worry, anxiety. You lack peace. and you lack confidence. You lack Dhamma understanding. It is because of that human beings fail to understand the importance of virtue as the highest and best protection. If you do not take care of your life through following the advice of the Buddha and cultivating the Buddha Dhamma, nothing is secure in this world. Since the best protection and security is virtue, that is why when you take care of karma, karma will take care of your life. That's it. When you understand this, you have nothing to worry. You have no more fear. Whatever that happens, there are causes and conditions behind. That is the reality. You do what you have to do. So when you do not act according to memory, which is full of your conditioning, negative accumulation, wrong view, tradition, belief system, insecurity, scars of memory, and all of your other phobias, you will become beautiful through acting according to wisdom or understanding, following the Dhamma way. So this is a very important understanding. When you have wrong view, the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion will manifest in your mind. If you then act according to memory, you are not acting at all, because basing on your memory, you will act according to your fear, your phobia, your selfishness, your wrong view, your evil roots and conditioning, etc. That is why it is not acting at all. Then how should you act? Yes, you should act according to understanding or wisdom, following the Noble Eightfold Path, which is true action. Why can't you act according to your understanding, which is the Dhamma or wisdom way? If I follow Noble Eightfold Path, starting with right view, I will act appropriately. What is right view? What is the first right view? It is the law of karma, the spiritual law, where according to Lord Buddha, we are all born our karma, heir to our karma, conditioned and supported by our karma, and we are what we are because of our karma. So our entire existence or life depends on karma. Then what are you waiting for? With this right view, you must know how to act based on what the Buddha has taught us. Whatever that arises in this world or in this universe, there are causes and conditions behind. And what can be the causes and conditions? It is definitely karma, right? Because the Buddha, under the fifth daily contemplation, he said, you are all born of your karma, heir to your karma, conditioned and supported by your karma, and you are what you are because of your karma. So this right view, with regards to this law of karma, will enable you to act without delusion. If you know it's karma, are you going to blame others or yourself? Are you going to get angry, become reactive, stir your emotion to become unhappy, miserable, and fearful? You will not do that because you understand this is karmic. This is what you might have done to others in the past, and that is how its friction can manifest when there is condition. When you understand this, you will accept the reality of the moment. You will not project your thought and mind to develop the unnecessary fear, worry, and anxiety. Then you are at peace. There is clarity of mind, and you can then act appropriately through asking yourself what actually happened. How can I resolve all this amicably, following Noble Eightfold Path? With right view, I will arise the right thought, right speech, and right action. I can act, speak, and think the appropriate right thought, so that I can resolve all things and issue amicably, following Noble Eightfold Path. Basically, Noble Eightfold Path is the meditation as taught by the Buddha, is Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, which is also the advice of the Buddha. to avoid all evil, do good, and purify your mind. So this is how one should act. Act following wisdom. Then the second right view is right view with regards to the law of mind, Chitta Niyama, especially the law of dependent origination, the 12 link, Paticca Samuppada. And this is the teaching that will enable you to understand how you function as a human being and how your mind actually functions. Then the third right view is right view regards to all the other essential Dhamma or truth. The Buddha called it Dhamma Niyama. These are the other teachings, the essential Dhamma of the Buddha. The main one is the Four Noble Truths and its three turning. Then from there is spin off all the other essential Dhamma. With that, you will know how to act. You will know what suffering is. You will know the cause of its arising. And you will also understand how suffering can end. Because suffering need not be, and cessation of suffering means the enlightened state of Nibbana can be realized in the here and the now. No need to wait until death. What is the path to realize it? Yes, in the fourth noble truth, the Buddha mentioned cultivate noble eightfold path, and that is why you need to act with wisdom following noble eightfold path. That is true or right action. With this understanding, the whole teaching becomes clear. That whatever other people say to you regarding all those fantastic meditations, psychic ability, magic, etc. are not important. If the meditation that they teach does not bring you back to the development of the embodiment of the Noble Eightfold Path cultivation, then forget about it. Where is not the teachings of the Buddha. If you do all those funny meditation, it is of no use because it will not lead to awakening. Focusing, doing one-pointedness, concentration, developing jhana, etc., and becoming like a Superman or very powerful being is of not much use. After understanding all this, I can now explain to you today's topic on the heart and the mind. So the next section is more interesting. The mundane mind and the true mind. Based on the recap and the sharing just now, now we can go into the detail of the understanding of the two minds. There are two types of mind. The mundane mind, the thinking mind, or the thought is the first type. Thought pertains to the mundane mind, the thinking mind, where thought is dependent originating. Since the mundane mind is dependent originating, hence it is impermanent. And this is what thought is all about. It arises and it passes away according to condition. When you have wrong view, you condition the wrong thought. Obvious. That's why without memory, without views, opinion, and conditioning, you cannot act according to memory. That's why memory always has that limitation, because it's thought-based. And thought is always egoic before one is enlightened. Then there is another type of mind, we call it the true mind. So there are two types of mind, namely the mundane mind and the true mind. Your true mind is your silent mind, your true nature within. Those who have studied the Six Patriarch Platform Sutta will understand. The whole of meditation is centered on understanding that there are these two types of mind. Master Huineng's Six Patriarch Platform Sutta teaching takes us directly to the true mind. He said you must silence your mundane mind to realize your true mind. And that is basically what meditation is all about. When you silence your mind or thinking mind, mundane mind, that silent awareness within is your meditative mind. And it can see and understand how this mundane mind, which is dependent originating, operates. They also call it the conditioned arising mind. Or sometimes people call it the thinking mind or the monkey mind as an analogy. Because the monkey could not sit still and be controlled. It is always heedless. And it does not obey you when you fail to train it. That is why dependent on ignorant avijja, sankhara mental activity or thinking start to arise. And that is key to understanding the mundane mind. Without avijja, there is no sankhara. Avijja is ignorant. Hope you understand. But how can you cease avijja? You must have the Dhamma to straighten your view. When you have no more self-delusion or sakkayaditthi, then what happened? When you have understood clearly that this form of mind is not you, then what happened? When there is no more self-delusion, it means the three evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion can no longer arise. How does the three evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion arise? They arise because you believe this form of mind is real, is you. That it is real and you exist. There is a personality or an egoic entity within. And what is that? Yes, the I and the me, the ego, the personality. When that arises, the sense of self will be there to cause you to want to own things and control things. And that's how greed, covetousness, and possessiveness comes to be. So this is the evil roots of greed, lobha. When you want to own and grasp onto things, you become greedy and possessive. When you cannot get what you want, or when things don't go your way, you get angry and at times violent. These are evil roots that can arise because you think you exist. You cling on to the ego, the personality. You think you can own and possess things. That's how you become possessive, violent, greedy, and selfish. And because of that personality, you think you exist and you can afford to be angry, emotional, and jealous. These are the evil roots of hatred. Your envy, your jealousy, your dislike, your aversion, your hatred, and other emotional negativity are part of these evil roots of hatred, dosa. And they come from sakkayaditthi, self-delusion. That when you think you exist, you can also become insecurity and fearful. Fear of dying, fear of the unknown and not succeeding, fear of losing your job, fear of losing your loved ones, fear of losing all the possession that you believe you own. There are so many other things that can make you fearful or make living beings fearful because you think all these are real. When you realize that this is anatta, not real, non-self, then what you think, not what you think, because it is dependent originating, only a condition arising entity, just a causal phenomena with the three conditions sustaining its arising, and that this is just a karmically conditioned vehicle and tool for you to come. Then what happened? You will come to understand that this physical body of ours goes the way of nature and it's not you. Then why do you cling on to this physical body, worrying about it getting old, getting sick and die? and become miserable over it via delusion. These are part of the First Noble Truth reality. The physical body goes the way of nature, and the Buddha advised us to contemplate every day that this physical body of ours is of the nature to grow old, get sick and die, and no amount of sorrow and lamentation can bring back the dead. And what is there? Who died? What died? The truth of it is nothing dies. Where there is he no you, he no me, no mark of a self, no mark of others, no mark of living being, and no mark of even Dhamma, existence or life. So all this penetrative understanding as taught by the Diamond Sutta and the Heart Sutta will bring forth the wisdom you need to live the noble life in this existential world. When you understand all this, your mind becomes different, and you also become different. So basing on the question forwarded to me, that person who wrote it must be somebody who only understands a little bit here and there. But he knew it's very difficult to follow the heart. They always follow their thought. This mundane mind is basically thought. Do you remember what I told you? The mundane mind is the thought. So when you follow the thought, what happened? You will deviate and go Holland, an expression in Chinese dialect. Hơi Holland. In actual fact, it has nothing to do with your thought. For thought is neither good or bad. Hope you understand. It's like money. It depends on who is the user of money. You must know how to use it. If the user of thought has the Dhamma and the wisdom, then thought becomes beautiful. So it's not the thought. But since the mundane mind is still deluded, it will give rise to wrong thought. Why do people fear thought? Because they do not have the wisdom to understand that thoughts are response to memory. Hence, thought comes from memory, which is selfish, egoic. And because of that, it has fear, it has delusion, etc. That's why when you act according to memory, following their thoughts, when they act according to memory, following their thoughts, their conscience does not come in. What is conscience? Conscience is your sincerity, your virtue, your sense of moral shame. So this aspect of conscience is very important. When you follow your conscience, you cannot do things that are harmful to others. So conscience is needed to protect you from immoral things. Every time when you want to do something immoral or evil, your conscience, which resides in your heart, within your nature, will prompt you and tell you, this is not right. But very fast, your cunning mundane mind take over. Do you know what it will tell you? It will say, why are you afraid to do it? Do not worry, because nobody will know. And almost everybody is doing it. So this is especially so when you work for a company or as a government servant. You tend to misappropriate things that belongs to a company or the government. We are saying these are public things or property. If you do not take, other people will take. You may also think selfishly that you are now in a position of power to take advantage of your special authority to enrich yourself. Do you see how the cunning mundane mind, which is still deluded, takes over your conscience and entices you into acting selfishly? This is how your deluded mundane mind caused confusion in you. They thought there is only one mind, the mundane mind or thinking mind. They didn't know that there is another mind, the true mind. When you understand this, you become beautiful. And like I say, the heart is only an organ. So how can it have conscience? This we need to find out. It is because the life force that comes from our karmic nature to pump this heart resides within the heart, where the seat of consciousness is. So this is explaining what I earlier draw on the whiteboard. This is the final jigsaw puzzle. For living being to come to this existential world, what do you need? Yes, you need a karmically conditioned for my mind, a vehicle and a tool. This understanding is very important. For you to come to this existential world, you need a form and mind. And this is your vehicle and tool to come. So use it appropriately with understanding and wisdom. And because of this life force, it comes from your karmic nature. The form and mind will also have the gateway to your spiritual nature next to it within the heart of this form and mind. That is why when you meditate with the silent mind, you can detect and realize the true mind. Then when you silence everything with wisdom, you can one day detect the gateway to your true nature, where the conscience resides. That's why the conscience can manifest, because it's within that nature. And there is a gateway that goes there. So the true mind is your conscience. Your true mind does not have evil, and it is also anatta and non-self, or not a permanent unchanging entity. There is no ego inside there, because it's just pure awareness without any knowing or thought. But this one can understand truth and the reality via its direct seeing. Truth is pure awareness. It can insight into phenomena to understand nature's law. It understands that this form and mind is subject to karma. As such, it cannot simply do things. That is why this conscience is already there even before you, the form and mind, develop the wisdom. Every living being, when they come, they have a conscience. That is why they say this is inborn. Inborn in the sense that you are not endowed with it. Do you understand? It comes with a vehicle and tool. So it's like inborn. Yes, you can say this is nature's way. But for unenlightened living beings, their deluded mundane mind tends to override or overrule it. Means override and overrule the conscience very fast. That's why through delusion, it will cause karmic negativity to living beings that don't have the Dhamma understanding. Then the other thing is also that nature within, that true mind or true nature within, is not a permanent unchanging entity. It's not a living being. It's not an entity. That's why I always tell you all, it cannot come out and live like, you understand? That's why we say it is also anatta. It's not a being. It's not something that you can hold on to, cling on to, grasp onto, and say, this is me, this is I. That's why a lot of people develop delusion, because they thought that is their ultimate being, their true self, their ultimate self, or some religion call it the super Atman, or the super entity, which they believe exists. If you meditate, you will develop the understanding. But if you don't meditate with awareness, you won't understand. So if you meditate with thought-based, maybe you will believe that that is the highest, and you will cling on to it. But if you develop awareness-based, you will understand. I always advise cultivator of the awareness-based meditation to inquire when you are in that state of pure awareness, without thought, who are you? Find out. You understand? The answer is very clear. Without thought, who are you? Yeah. Finally, you will come to realize you are nothing. You are nobody. Because that thing is just a nature. How can it be anything? Understand? So by now, you should understand why sometimes they say the heart is the conscience. It is because this form and mind is the vehicle and tool for you to come, and within it is the gateway to your true nature. And the gateway resides inside this heart. And because of that, the heart is where the conscience is. That is the reason why they say you must always follow your heart. That's why if you listen to wise people, they will tell you, follow your heart. Don't follow your thought. Because your heart is a conscience, that one will know. Because the brain, the memory, which is not the conscience, they always have the egoic thinking, for me or not for me. So you follow your brain, you will get into entanglement. But don't get me wrong. When I say follow your heart, the meaning is very deep. It's follow that conscience. Because the heart inside also got the emotion, understand? Don't go and follow this emotion. This emotion is not the conscience. Please don't get it wrong. You follow the heart, may follow your conscience. Don't come and one day tell me, but you ask me to follow my heart. I love this girl so much, I follow my heart. Then you become crazy. Understand? When I say follow your heart, means follow your conscience. So don't go and follow the emotion. The emotion which is like your lust, your craving, your desire, your infatuation. You go and follow that and you say you follow your heart, then too bad. So follow your heart means whatever the conscience tells you before the emotion, everything develop. Because the conscience inside there is very accurate. Before the thought come in, to override it or to give you other suggestions. The first instant when you felt that thing. But you can only have that conscience manifesting when you are without thought. Or most of the time you are not thinking of things, or you are not bothered by things or worried about things. And then the conscience will manifest. And it normally just arises split second only during that instant. Then when you try to rationalize it, think about it, then the thought come in. That's how people feel to understand what conscience is. So in this book, in that sharing in 2018, I explain it all there. So hopefully with this, you can develop the understanding. Okay. This part I will continue and finish it. When you go look for property to buy, what is the first rule? The first rule is you must feel comfortable when you walk into that house. Your nature will know. Your conscience will know. That first instant before the thought come in and interfere, a lot of people can feel it. The moment you walk or go in, they will know. If they do not feel good, then they will not buy that house. For some, the moment they go in, they feel very good. How many of you have such experience? Good. So there are quite a number of you who have such experience. And if you feel good, just buy. Do not wait. If you do not feel good, then do not buy it. It does not mean that the house is not good. There may be something there inside that house which are not favorable or compatible with your karmic nature at that time. But if you have the Dhamma, every day is an auspicious day, and everywhere is safe and good for you. But if you do not have the Dhamma, and you have not taken care of your karma, the most auspicious day can also turn out to be an inauspicious day. So this one is obvious. It is how you understand things and how stable your wisdom is. So conscience, your heart, and your brain is about 14 inches apart, depending on your size and build. But they find it very difficult to decide whether to follow the heart or the mundane mind or your brain. To them, all that they know is their mind is only their thought, the mundane mind, which is deluded before their former mind awakened. But when you have the Dhamma, it's no more that way, and it is not which one to follow anymore. You will act with wisdom, following your heart or your conscience. So hopefully by now all this is understood. Where does your conscience come from? It arises from within your true nature. And what is your true nature all about? It is the embodiment of wisdom and understanding. That is why without wisdom and understanding, you will not follow your conscience. You will simply do things because you are heedless. This conscience can only calm and protect you for a while. It will surface when you are without thought and prejudice. But immediately after that, your brain, your cunningness will take over. And this is what happened to mundane people, unenlightened beings, putujanas. Do you know what a putujana is? The one that is still not enlightened. What do you call a putujana in English? Oh yes, a worldling, an unenlightened being. Whereas the enlightened ones, they are called Aryas. So when you are still a putujana, your thoughts are wrong and deluded thought. Because most of the time, I read again. So when you are still a putujana, your thoughts are wrong and deluded thoughts most of the time. Because without wisdom connected to the form and mind, you cannot arise the right thought. You cannot have right view. You cannot have the right understanding born of your conscience. So hopefully all these are clear. What is written there is, so are all these clear? Is in a question form. So today's sharing, that's why at that time I already told you all, it's not easy to understand. You have to go back and slowly reflect and contemplate on what I have shared to develop the second turning wisdom. Okay, we stop here. So hopefully, with this sharing, it can help cultivators of the way, Gayamitas. You go back and listen to it again, read through it again. It will help many of you. Well, at that time when I share, I don't think many of you can follow or understand. So now when I go through this book, it will be very different. So with this explanation, hopefully, most Kayamita, of course those who already have the cultivation, they can easily follow and rejoice. But for those who are still not very clear or are still new, it can help you develop a lot of understanding. Because this type of understanding is not taught in other places. In fact, the traditional Buddhist teaching don't have all these things. This one you need to cultivate until you develop the clear understanding for you to have all this. Here is not even explained in the Theravada Sutta or Tipitaka, not so specifically explained. But if you are a cultivator who are awakened through all this, then you can know. You can develop the understanding too. Otherwise, not easy. Okay, so with this, we will have our second session, which is awareness-based meditation. You all can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. Okay. Excuse me. I need to finish off what I was doing. Meditation reporting, followed by whatever Q&A or question that you may have regarding the meditation or the Dhamma or today's topic that we have shared.
Yeah, good afternoon, Radio.
Yeah,
This
good
is
afternoon. Yes.
Julie and Q Paulian.
Yes.
Maybe I can share what I observed and learned during the Sabah trip.
Yeah, that one is
Yeah,
very good. In
yeah.
fact, the last Thursday sharing also very good on the Sabbath trip one.
Yeah, that one I got to listen again also.
Oh, sadhu.
Yeah,
That will help you all a lot.
yeah, yes. So maybe first of all, I just want to say thank you very much to Brother Teo, Mrs. Teo, and
Mm.
all the Kalimitans that joined the trip
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that make it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, um, you know, I mean, when they joined, I sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
have
yeah.
this. I mean, they have faith
Yeah,
in me
the
that
causes
yeah,
and condition required for this thing to happen. Yeah, that's why everything like fall into place. Yeah, very good.
yeah.
Mm.
So actually, it is a very good trip when I reflect back,
Mm.
and yeah, it is not to say that it was very good because everything went very smoothly or very
Oh,
well.
definitely, definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
but it was good for me because I could see the Dharma in action. That
Yeah,
means
yeah, yeah.
able to apply what Brother Teo said during
That
class.
one is most important.
Yeah, yeah. Because the first thing that when we landed, it was already
Yeah,
raining
the
very
first day.
heavily. Yeah.
Even the tour guide also told us 1 hour before you land, the rain started. Then it was so heavy. It continued until I think almost dinner time.
Yeah,
When we went
correct.
for dinner, when we came down, it's still raining a bit. But when we
Mm.
were having our dinner, it was very heavy too. Then after dinner, it stopped.
Brother, you didn't hear what he said. He said one more sentence. He said the weather forecast for the whole
Yeah,
of this week
whole
it
of
will
one
rain
week
like
is
that.
supposed to be rain, non-stop.
Wow, when I hear that, I was like, depressed, and then I was looking at you, I was afraid that you all turn and look at me and say, "Oh, man, yeah,
Oh, don't worry. That's why I
temperature
said
very good."
do not react with negativity. Do not panic. That's why I saw actually Chupolian also was a bit worried. He asked the guy, he said, wow, what happened? It continue to rain tomorrow. How? So I said, don't worry. Just let things be. Don't go and arise that fear, that worry, that anxiety. Thing is just the way it is. Meant to be will be. That's why after that everything fall into place. That's why I say it's meant for you to learn. Because first time you're organizing the spiritual trip, and it is meant for you to actually develop the understanding, to learn and apply the Dhamma. Then all this understanding is going to become very different. After you have gone through this, you will start to see the Dhamma, the thing that I shared with you all, how it can be a living reality. Then based on what you write in the WhatsApp group, the reply that was so beautiful. You learn that Your mind is different. That's why a lot of people rejoice, I think. Huh?
Yeah, actually, radio
Mm.
it's different when you say in class and when it happen, you say, oh, let things be, it's okay. Then I can connect, you know. If you
Correct.
just say in
Yes.
class, can, not so good lah, you know. I
Correct,
cannot
correct.
really.
Where you can't see it. But if it's real life example, the thing become like very clear to you, you know. Oh, this is what Brazil meant by let things be. Because when
Yeah.
you start to live life, then you realize there are many moments or many incidents in life where people worry unnecessarily. And like I used to remind you all, whatever the Buddha actually shared with us is very powerful. It's like the Diamond Sutta, the first stanza, 一切有为法. But the meaning is very deep and very few people understand. Everything that arises within nature is conditioned Dhamma and is so profound. So when the Buddha say whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind, it's the same meaning. But people cannot understand, cannot see, they cannot catch it. Very funny. Uh, but cultivator of the way, immediately they will understand because it's all interconnected. Condition Dhamma is like that, dependent on condition it arises. When conditions cease to be, it cease to be. And all these are very clear. That's why for you, when you really organize a trip and when you go through all those happening moments, then because you contemplate, you reflect, and you all were having the condition to listen to all this sharing, and it like suddenly become very clear to you all. Then there was a lot of joy. Not only you, I think even Chapolian, Alicia, they all, Ingbi, they all. In fact, all who went, even Brother Song, Chin Hao, they were full of joy. Yun Chan also, Raymond. And the 2 night sharing that we had was so beautiful.
Yes, yes, very beautiful, very
Yeah.
beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
Alicia was telling me, oh,
Uh,
you worry, don't worry, no one will blame you. And then some
yeah.
was saying, oh, raining, raining good lah, I can stay and enjoy the hotel. Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
Then also, you remember Amy mentioned that Guangqing Lao Sang's wise stanza. He said, 过去心不可得. And that one is very powerful. The mind that is already over means of the past. It's not a reality anymore. Why you going to worry about it? I should not have done this. I should have done that. All these are no more reality. The reality is when it happens, when it arises. Do you have the understanding, the Dhamma? Then after that, no more reality. Learn from it. Develop understanding from it. No need to like feel remorseful, uh, unhappy or what happened. Ayo, I organized this trip, Then all Kayamita trusted me. Then this thing, like the first day, like thing doesn't go the way you expect it to be, the rain and all. But nothing to do with all this. The Dhamma is this is the way things are. Whatever that arises, there are causes and conditions behind. So if you can have the understanding, then you continue to trust your nature, like today sharing, your karmic nature. You take care of karma. Karma will take care of your life. You have that parami. Your parami will bring forth the causes and conditions. That's why on the second day onward, the driver also very surprised. The guide also very surprised. Oh, looks like for weather forecast also can go wrong. That Judy, he was the one that actually uh, talking to me. Then I say, yeah. I say weather forecast is weather forecast, but when we are here, things can be different. Uh, so the weather on the second, third day was so beautiful, so like amazingly, like everything just fall into place. Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
continue. Maya.
then also say something like what for you to know, for us to something like that. What do you say already?
For you to
But
learn.
yeah. But radio,
Uh,
there's some like advancement of how I understand, like previously I would just like, if there's anything I remember, radio say always stay calm, don't
do
react,
not react, do not panic.
don't panic, don't get angry, just
Don't get
observe
angry. Don't develop
the
negativity on my state. That one very important.
yeah, be with it. But
Be with it. Then
it's more than that.
develop awareness. To be sensitive. Then you will understand.
Yeah, no, I mean, this trip for me is
Mm.
more than that. That made me have more understanding is the part when Brother Teo say 一切有为法. That means
Correct.
like everything is already set. There is already
Yes.
causes and condition. So
Correct.
because of that, things will be like that.
Yes.
So if
It
you
cannot
want
be
to change
otherwise.
it,
That's why song also got it this time with deeper understanding. Uh, Everything
yeah,
within nature, that word struck him, means all of life, existence, everything is already governed by causes and conditions, the nature's law that governs life and existence, or the spiritual law. That's why now all this understanding become clear to you all, and you all can link it. Then it allows you to develop that stability of wisdom to apply this understanding, so that it will prompt you. The understanding 一切有为法, everything is conditioned, Dhamma become like very different, very powerful, very clear. Then it can help you develop the understanding to confront life, to live life, to do what you need to do in life. That is living the Dhamma, means making the teaching, the Dhamma, a living reality. Not only learning it as a theory, a knowledge, or a type of what they call application type of tool to help you develop the understanding. But this one, it has become a part of you. It has become a living reality, and you can live that understanding. Means the Dhamma that has been taught and shared can become a living reality that can transform living beings, transform different people according to their own maturity of understanding. So this time you all really benefited. You, Song, and many others. Kaya metta.
yeah. Brother, the last part that I benefited a lot was at the airport when we came back, when I
Yeah
come
lah.
to you.
Discussion with me and Ingbi.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was one part where I say, I'm lucky because Kalamitas are kind. So that's why
yeah. Because you came and asked for
what
forgiveness first. Then you say, Brother Teo, not everybody like you so understanding. Oh, kaya mita so other people they'll tell you all. I say, you don't worry about this. This is what the thought will tell you, will condition you into that conditioned thinking. Because the world is the world. Things are just the way they are. People are just the way they are. So when you understand them for what they are, everything will fall into place. Uh, so this understanding actually help you a lot. I can see the joy in you. Then Ingbi at the side also smile. He said, "Yeah, 过去是因不可得. I quoted it again." So it's not about right and wrong anymore when you understand. When you understand means this is the truth, this is the reality, this is what is. Like the Buddha say, whatever that arises, there are causes and conditions behind. It cannot be otherwise. Yeah, this is nature's law. Nature. If you want things your way, which is not following nature's condition, then you suffer, because when you cannot get what you want, when things don't go your way, suffering will be the result. That this is the craving. that is against the nature's law that governs life and existence, means the Dhamma way. Everything that can express the reality is the truth. So whatever that can actually explain the way things are is what truth is, what Dhamma is. So it's not about the individual belief, your truth, my truth. All these are not relevant. The relevant one is the understanding of truth within nature. So when you understand truth clearly, then everything falls into place. It's no more about right and wrong. It's about the reality. The reality is condition like that, things will be like that. Cannot be otherwise. Like the Buddha said, whatever that arises, there are causes and conditions behind. Then like one of my teacher, Ajahn Antrai, say, we choose accept everything as natural. Only mighty nature rolling by. He know you, he know me, no reality. So all these are words of wisdom of cultivator who has gone through, developed the understanding. That's why through all this understanding and explanation, they stabilize their understanding. Then they share with cultivators of the way. So now you all start to benefit from all this sharing. Very good, Sadhu, Manyan.
Yeah, relative. So if let's say even if the other person is unhappy with me and really
Nothing to do with
actually
you.
express, yeah, I will just let him be lah.
It's your understanding.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like worry about how he react, how he behave, what he say, what she do. No need to be remorseful. She is just the way she is. That is the way things are. Then that understanding suddenly like make you so different now. You can smile and laugh over issues. No more issue. That's why no more reality, because everything is just the way it is. It will fall into place. Then when you understand all this, you only have to develop the understanding to live life, means to do your duty, to act accordingly, accord and flow. No more resistance, no more trying to be right, no more trying to argue with people, no more jealousy, no more envy, no more this and right, no more right and wrong. That one is most important. No more trying to argue and do all those non-fruitful type of things. Be able to be at peace with all conditions within nature, within life and existence is wisdom. You can be at peace with all things, all conditions within nature, within life. You have wisdom. Otherwise, you cannot be at peace. Otherwise, whatever people do and say can actually cause you to have a lot of emotion, unhappiness, negativity of mind state. That means you don't have the Dhamma. You are still affected by the world of duality, the conditioned world, where the conditioned Dhammas are there. That's why the conditioned Dhamma has its own causes and conditions, its own reality, its own duality. That's why they are caught in duality. They always worry about right and wrong. They always try to develop the best way to act so that they are not remorseful, so that they believe that everything can be done correctly. There is no such thing. The reality is, you don't have the wisdom, you will make mistake. When you have the wisdom, you hardly make mistake. You seldom make mistake. Then the most important one is, thing is just the way it is. So that wisdom that understand this will liberate the mind, no more suffering. Because you cannot please the world. You cannot please everyone. The world is the world. People are just the way they are. they have different views, opinion, belief system, and the way they see things, understand things is all different. That's why the conditioned world is full of conflict, duality, disagreement, war, and all those things. It's because living beings are all according to the way they understand things. And most of this is through the memory, their belief system, their views, their opinion, their religious belief, uh, their ego, their delusion, their fear, their insecurity, their selfishness, their craving, their desire to own, to possess, to control, and to manipulate and all those things. So this is what the world is. The world of duality, the conditioned world of cause and effect. That's why there is such thing as the law of karma. There is moral causation behind. That's why we have suffering, misery. Of course, we also have uh, exciting moments too. All this is what life is, the reality is, society, civilization, existence. That's why it's all very, very beautifully knitted together. But if you don't have the wisdom and the understanding, it's like life is not easy. Like very, very difficult, very tough. That's why a lot of people suffer uh, when they cannot handle life, when they don't know what to do when confronted with First Noble Truth reality of the uh, eight conditions that the Buddha shared under the First Noble Truth, the realities of life and existence. So basically, humanity cannot cope with the eight reality, especially old age, sickness, and death, even birth. There's separation. Separation also very powerful. Then when you cannot get what you want, when things don't go your way, that one also living being suffer. Uh, then all the related attachment, clinging, grasping due to your inability to comprehend life, inability to comprehend who are you, what are you, uh, then how you get yourself entangled through psychiatry, self-delusion, that condition you to grasp and cling at the five aggregates of form and mind. So this grasping aggregate is the cause of arising of suffering. Mm. So all these are very beautiful teachings and sharing. Very good, Maya Sadhu.
Sadhu Radhya,
Yeah,
really appreciate your teaching.
yeah, yeah.
Then when I came back, right,
Mm.
two things happened, and I'm not sure whether uh, how I handle it was also, what I learned from it. So the following day was, following day was working day. Before
ah,
after that was public holiday.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Awal
So
Muharram.
Awal Muharram.
Uh.
So Awal Muharram that morning, I at around 5 o'clock, I was uh, uh, awakened by running water sound.
Oh,
Running water,
Sadhu.
yeah, quite long. So
Yeah.
at first I thought someone was in the bathroom washing lah, but cannot
Ah,
be so long. So I got up and I went to the bathroom, and then wow, on the ceiling, high up, there's a pipe, and water was running down from that pipe.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
So
yeah,
it
it
was
didn't touch the floor.
a plumbing problem. Yeah, your water.
The water
Uh,
tanking overflow.
yeah,
Water tanking overflow. Yeah,
yeah.
but my brother
Overflow.
already he already know about it. So I saw there was a pail there, getting the
Oh,
water
he
in.
didn't take action. Yeah,
He already put a pail there.
but not enough.
So
If it's overflow, it's not enough.
yeah, not but it wasn't the water wasn't fast, but it wasn't slow also lah.
Oh,
It was like
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
oh
Next time I teach you, you go outside the meter there, shut off that valve. Uh,
yeah. I wanted to. I was telling my brother, hey, why not I go and shut it off? Then he said, but afterwards we need to do breakfast and also need to wash clothes, the washing machine. Shut off, then we cannot do anything.
After that, on back lah, while you wait for the plumber to fix up the ball valve. It's normally the ball valve setting has gone out. That's why it overflow and leak. So that one, the plumber come very fast. They will fix it. It's better if they need to change that ball valve, change it. Because over time, it becomes less efficient. So change to a new one. At least it can last you more than 10 to 15 years. But you tell them buy a good one. Don't go and buy the cheap one. Buy a more reliable one. It's also not expensive. Where this ball valve, some they are more reliable. You pay a little bit more, not that much.
That part I didn't check on that lah, because it was like 5 o'clock so early. I don't dare to call the plumber also.
Oh, never mind. You wait till the day, maybe after 9 a.m. when people start work, then only you start to call.
But radio, it was a public holiday.
Hey,
So
more people work on
public
those who
holiday.
want to make money. Plumber, especially plumber. You call them, they come on. They charge you like the taxi, double rate.
But when at first I messaged him, I put a voice message. I told him, I took a photo and I messaged him lah. So I think around 7:30, he saw my message and then he messaged back and say, he when he talk, this plumber, he kind of rough one, like scolding people like his
I
voice
know. Their character is like that, cholo one.
Yeah. At first, last time I used to be afraid of him lah, but now not so already lah.
Yeah. You can understand him for what he is.
Because I thought he was scolding me on radio. Then realized,
Yeah.
no lah, that's how he talk.
Yeah, that is the way he is.
That's why he's how he talk like that already.
Yeah.
So he recorded his voice and he told me your tangki 漏水, but he didn't call me. So then immediately I called him lah, since he already responded, right?
Yeah.
Then he said, 今日我唔做工㗎咁樣。你講今日我休息㗎，你知道冇？ Then after that,
no problem. Just tell him it's okay. 你幾時得閒？
But I didn't say anything. He answered himself. Next sentence he said, 你屋企有樓梯冇長嗰啲啊？ Then I said, yes. Then he said, 好啦，我而家嚟啦咁。
Wow, that is good because he don't want to bring the ladder.
Yeah, he really came within 5 minutes after my call. He came.
Wow, that's very good. Very fast.
Very fast. Then he came in the house, took the ladder, climbed up the roof.
Yeah.
And then within 1 hour, he fixed everything already.
Yeah lah, he adjust back the level for you. Means he didn't change your ball. He adjust it to lower. Lower the setting. The setting can be adjusted on.
Yeah lah, that part also I have no experience. So my father
No need
was
to
asking.
experience as long as he's fix it. Yeah, the plumber will know what to do.
So if he doesn't change the ball, it's still okay lah.
It's still okay lah, but over time it will slowly. Maybe 1-2 years, you see how it goes. But if he is a smart plumber, he will bend it down further so that your capacity is not so to that limit. Then it take a longer time before it reach the overflow level again. You understand? You can adjust it lower. So normally what they do is they will adjust it so that it lasts more than 1 year. Then you cannot blame him. So next time if you see him again, did you see him bring in a new ball and take away the old one?
He brought a bag lah, but I don't know because I went downstairs also because he asked me to.
Never mind. Then how much he charge you?
He charged 160.
Then could have changed for you already if 160. But the ball should include because it's quite a cheap thing. That ball actually is not expensive. Now I don't know what is the rate. I think maybe not more than 30 ringgit, I think 20, 30 ringgit.
Oh, oh,
But never mind, as long as he's fix it for you, that should be alright. Yeah, they are experienced plumber, so you leave it to them. But if you understand, normally you can ask them, Messia, or you would memo, they will tell you what.
yeah. That part I will learn.
Never mind, you trust them, let them do. Your reliable plumber. 5 minutes they come is very fast now.
Yeah, because he stay in SS2 also,
Oh,
same
no
area.
wonder. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This type of contact useful. Next time I'll look for you if I need a plumber. So near.
Yeah, very near.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I thought it was very fast and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
before
but
it,
you have to sum up because today I have to stop early. We have my brother coming. We are having dinner. So now 5:40 exactly. Yeah. So can you sum up?
yeah. So I thought that the saying that when you
And
give the Dhamma on chair you wave up, that
yeah.
one was really yeah, because there's some understanding. So the understanding lead to acceptance of things. Yeah,
Sadhu,
I
very good. Very good.
yeah
That is the
I
most
think that
important
yeah,
understanding.
correct.
Uh,
I
then
don't want to
you
change
become
it. I just let
different.
him be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
that's the
your
thing.
mind become different. Like you say, you just let things be. You won't pursue thing anymore. Like last time, the Monday mind keep on telling you thing, and you like song, not happy, wants to counter, wants to argue. Why he like that? Then you think he scold you or not. All this perception, which is not the reality, cease because life is such. We got a lot more things to do on us rather than to worry about life and worry about what people do. Talking about right and wrong for what? This is the way it is. The reality is suchness. That's why accord and flow, be at peace, develop understanding, then harmony. The next one is harmony means to resolve things amicably through what? Through understanding that has the key understanding of harmony means amicably. Harmony means doesn't hurt anybody, doesn't cause any negativity of karma. So learning how to resolve issue amicably following the Dhamma way is to apply the Noble Eightfold Path, the Dhamma understanding behind all things. My brother is here already here. So thank you so much. Anything else, Manya?
No more already, Radio. Thank you so
No
much,
more.
Sadhu
Okay,
Radio.
let
Yeah.
us
Have a
rejoice
good
that
dinner.
we end our sharing and today's session. Let us rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So let us now share merits. Akasata cha bhumata devanaga mahindika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakantu loka sasana Ittavata camehi sampadan punya sampadan sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo Devo satukalena sasa sampati hetu cha vito bhavatu loko cha raja bhavatu dhammiko imina punyang kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yawa nivana patiya sadhu Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, you all can now mindfully pay respect to the Buddha Koyin Bodhisattva and all the worthy one. Then we will end the whole sharing and Zoom session. Sadhu.